This week we deepen our reflections on online identity, examining issues of performativity and celebrity that are fundamental to contemporary society. We live in amazing times. We live in a time where anyone can make a short video, upload it to the internet and become an instant celebrity. In a time when we can engage with the rich and famous via Twitter and maybe every now and then get a reply from them. In a time when any amateur video can suddenly go viral.
Good girl. Good catch.
To get a firmer sense of the context with which we are dealing here, here's a short clip from a lecture that Professor David Marshall gave on online persona last year.
How do we deal with a world that focuses on us producing a public version of ourselves? How do we negotiate that world? How do we strategically or tactically work our way through that world now that it's changed? What are we going to do? So one's analysis, the second one is what do we do? What do we do as individuals? Because the image is on us. What are we going to do? Okay? And there's lots of things that we'll look at as we go forward, and I'll come back to that. This is like the objective. All right. So, what can we describe this moment as? Remember I said that structure feeling idea? Well, we could describe it as the selfie moment. Okay? That sounds a little bit, offhand thrown out there, Instagram-ish, something like that. But it's probably kind of true, Just hold on. Oh, I gotta turn the camera around. This happens all the time in bedrooms everywhere. And it happens elsewhere too, all sorts of different places. Now let's look at some of those things. 130 million Instagram users. Okay, pretty big. And as you know, different social media have had the same sort of trajectories over the last 10 years. Right? So, but let's just keep it on photos. Let's keep it on photos. Let's look at that form of communication and what it's doing out there. Okay? So the second thing is, what does it say there? 220 billion photos on Facebook. 220 billion. Okay, so that is beyond the realm of what we can probably process. Right? It's beyond that. It's almost, it's unfathomable.
And I strongly advise you to get online and participate, as that's where the true learning experience lies, not just in reading and, let's face it, mostly forgetting what other people say. I'll only stress this once more, and I promise that it won't come up again in another meLecture. Can't trust your promises. It's really crucial to think about the expectations of and the assumptions frequently made about the vast majority of students in this unit. And this relates to the commonplace categories, if not stereotypes, of digital natives, or Generation Next as they're often called. And political leaders, journalists, educators, employers in organisations of all kinds, and society in general often have this dominant discourse of young people and digital media, what their literacies are, what their activity is. And many of these people already think that you are the prod-users or prosumers that William Merrin was talking about. Remember what he wrote in your first reading. When we hear the complaint that our students no longer watch anything, and by extension I would say that also the commonplace complaint that students no longer read anything, we should take the hint. That is because in their messaging, sharing, tagging, twittering, facebooking, gaming, chatting, commenting, reviewing, editing, posting, uploading, and creation, they're not watching, they're doing. Whatever else this is, it isn't simply reception. However, despite Merrin's rather lofty rhetoric, we know that this is not necessarily the case for the great majority of people. But the key is that the social expectations are there, and they are widespread. You are already thought to be this way. And whether you like it or not, this has highly significant consequences for how you are perceived right now, after graduation, and into the future. I'm not saying you need to be on social media 24/7 and creating things across a dozen platforms, but there are always opportunities that arise from the challenges you face. We saw an example of this in recent seminars, where students put into practice the philosophy of Media Studies 2.0 and this unit by learning through making, sharing and connecting. There were 3 levels of collaboration involved here. First, students chatted in small groups, observing Twitter profiles and sharing ideas about potentially effective strategies. Then, students collaborated in the seminar as a whole by contributing some of their ideas to a Bubble Us page on the screen at the front of the room. Then, in the last level of collaboration, some students took a photograph of this mind map and tweeted it out there to the online community. As I've been emphasising, it's not the role of the teaching staff in this unit to teach you how to use digital media. I didn't teach students how to use this Bubble-Us mind map application, or tell them what to write in terms of Twitter strategies. They observed and they experimented. They learnt by sharing and by doing. Let's turn to About Me briefly. A number of students have asked the very pertinent question of what's it for? Well, one thing we're using it for is to ask that very question, and to think about, have we used it for the purpose we want to use it in the most effective way? Did you consider how it might be useful for you in the future? Or did you take what might be called the Facebook approach? With every little thing that we do, we always need to remember that we are saying something about ourselves. And if your profile has been up there for a while, your stats, which are accessible from the menu bar in the top right of screen, may well surprise you. Looking at your profile from the perspective of a potential employer, what impression of you would your About Me profile generate? Are the pictures you've used appropriate for the message you want to convey? Is the written text readable? Have you concisely described yourself using clear dot points or a short paragraph? Does your page require the user to scroll down to find out important details? Have you linked your other profiles, at least those that are relevant and appropriate to your About Me page through the Apps function? Ask yourself these questions. What do I want my About Me profile to convey about me, and does it effectively do so? You might think about your About Me profile as a microcosm of your overall online identity. I've seen lots of examples over the years, and if I was an employer of a media organisation or a cultural institution of some kind, some profiles have left me deeply impressed, while others would definitely stop me from hiring the individual involved. I'll be the first to say that About Me is not a huge deal, particularly in contrast to other potential web presences, such as having your own website, for instance. But I've seen a lot of professionals using it for networking purposes, and, if nothing else, About Me raises important questions about how we portray ourselves online and what implications this can have. It's great to see so many people thinking through this issue carefully. I'd love us to get to the point by the end of this unit where, if I asked you to describe your online identity, you will say that it's dynamic, flexible, diverse, calculated, strategic, and effective. This week's movie of the week is The Social Network. Many thanks to Zoe for the nomination. This film's about the origin and evolution of the world's largest social media site, Facebook, but not all's hunky-dory in Facebook land, as main character Mark Zuckerberg is engaged in legal battles with his business associates. As the film's tagline says, you don't make 500 million friends without making a few enemies. The film garnered lots of critical praise, including 8 Academy Award nominations. It also negotiated not only the celebrity of Mark Zuckerberg himself, but also that of emerging actor Jesse Eisenberg. Personally, I preferred Zombieland, but that's because it had Bill Murray in it. Now for some more advice for the Module 1 exercise. Please note that I've noted a minimum number of readings and other scholarly sources you need to use. This is the minimum, not the maximum. Don't make your paragraphs too long. I would say that you want at least 5 paragraphs in the approximately 900 words of your blog post. And make sure your blog post has working hyperlinks. Just like on any website, a URL that's not a hyperlink is not likely to get clicked on. And it's best if you don't show the full URL, but use some words that reflect what you're going to be clicking on. I noticed a lot of people didn't take the time to figure out how to make a hyperlink in Cloud Deakin's informal chat area, which is fine because it was just practice. But in asking people to highlight and copy the URL, open a new tab, copy the URL into the address bar and press enter, you might only be asking others to spend 5 seconds doing so, but the vast majority of users will not do this. And of course, check all of these things work after publishing your blog post. Please note not only the day of the due date, but also the time. I've scheduled deadlines very strategically in this unit in order to discourage the possibility of leaving things until the last minute as much as possible. And if this is frustrating, just blame Tiffany, it was her idea. So if you have a few spare minutes now, you might like to jump on Twitter and join in on a conversation, or at least stalk a few celebrities to see how they construct their online personas. And speaking of celebrities, apologies again to Matt Damon, who I was really looking forward to having on the meLecture this week, but again we've run out of time. Goodbye. This film's about the origin and evolution of the world's largest social media site, Facebook, but not all's hunky-dory in Facebook land with But not all's hunky-dory in Facebook land when main character Mark Zuckerberg is engaged in legal battles with his business The film garnered lots of critical praise with 8 Academy Award nominations. And it's... almost. This week's movie of the week is The Social Network, many thanks to Zoe for the nomination. This film's about the origin and evolution of the world's largest social media site, Facebook, but not all's hunky-dory in Facebook land, as main character Mark Zuckerberg is engaged in legal battles with his business associates. As the film's tagline says, you don't make 500 million friends without making few enemies. The film garnered lots of critical praise with 8 Academy Award nominations. It not only negotiates the celebrity of Mark Zuckerberg himself, but also that of emerging actor Jesse Eisenberg. Personally, I preferred Zombicide. Zombieland.